What's up, good people? It's your boy Hoom Boom from the Hold Up Show. So hold up. Just wanted to hop on and discuss a few things with y'all. Just a few loose topics I was feeling, you know what I mean? Just enjoy this day. Oh, let me take this off. Because it's definitely heating up. It's definitely going to be a 75-degree day. Then I think tomorrow's getting 85, 90 maybe. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? This weather, it's a little crazy. It's a little, you know, it's like winter still fighting to hold on. And it's like we just skipping right over spring right into summertime, so no complaints here, right? But I want to start this off. Happy belated G-Day to Redman, you know, Jersey's on. So salute to you, brother. I know you been on your own type of journey, reshaping your life and all that, you know what I mean? I support everything you on, brother. So, you know, keep diving into your music, keep diving into your other ventures, and enjoy your birthday, you dig? So, keeping it all the way hip-hop, we seen the mass release of, no pun intended, of Mass Appeal's upcoming albums planned for this year. So I believe on the list was Ghostface solo album, Raekwon a solo album, De La Soul album, Mobb Deep first Prodigy posthumous album, and the Nas and DJ Premier album. So, first off, I only really seen people talking or mentioning the Nas Premier, the Mobb Deep, and the De La Soul albums, and not really mentioning Raekwon or Ghostface's album, or they're not getting as much attention as the other three. But as I would like to say, never sleep on Ghostface albums. I mean, he's probably been one of the more consistent album makers as far as just raw hip-hop artists that come from that golden era that's just still pumping out a good amount of quality hip-hop that's still, you know, true to the form, but also still has that twist of freshness that keeps us coming back for more. So, and Raekwon, I'ma always be a Raekwon fan. I never really dove too much into his albums after Mobile Lottery. Not too much resonated with me on those albums, but I still love Ray at his core. I still love Ray for what he represents and the lingo he provides to the game. If there was a Wu-Tang dictionary, he would probably have the most words in there, you know? De La Soul. De La Soul has always, to me, been a sleeper group. They come from that era of when hip-hop was, I would like to say, at its happiest, with the native tongue movement and Tribe and Queen Latifah and Monie Love and all that, right? I really enjoy, you know, how they just kept it very creative, but also kept you engaged. There was always some sort of undertone message to their music. So I don't really know what to expect from them, but normally a single or two that's released gets me engaged to want to check out more of what they're doing. So it's a wait and see for me with them. And I think this is their first album since, I believe, Maceo passed away. Don't quote. Then we have the Mobb Deep album, which I am semi excited about. It's just, you know, it's been a little confusing because you did see reports of Havoc supposedly linking up with other rappers to do an album in a Mobb Deep-esque type of way, where he provides majority of the production and maybe lends a verse here or there, and, you know, the other rapper will assume the prodigy role in the group. I think I seen Method Man was supposed to be working with him, and I think I seen someone else before Method Man was announced, but I don't even know if that's all the way real. You know, that just could have been some type of fake posts on social media somewhere, right? And then we got the Nas.
Yeah, one of my older daughters was like, Mom, just put Junior on it. And I got stuck doing it. I can't take it off because if I wear long sleeves, obviously I don't bother.
Then we got the Nas. I don't know what just happened. My radio just cut on. Nas and DJ Premier, which is, I feel, 20 years too late. Being as though Nas is my hip-hop GOAT, I'm still going to run through the whole album, but to me, it just feels like too long, too late. I don't know if Premier can provide something that will grip the attention that like a Hit Boys production did for someone like Nas, who is very laid back and monotone in his delivery. And I feel as though that they were further ahead in trying to release the album, and they dropped that initial single, or I guess teaser. I hope that wasn't a single, but it was very dry, very boring, no one wanted to hear that shit, right? And then it felt like shit got pushed back after they released that. Maybe they went back in, recooked up, I don't know. Let's hope so, right? So I am looking to check that out. Also, just a bonus for something I feel like too little, too late. I see Murder Mook and Loaded Lux doing a lot of collabs, and the one they just did over this Kendrick Lamar beat, it's fire. Like, the, you know, the bars are still very next level and on point and relevant to the times, but I just feel like the wave, like what I almost feel like that time for battle rap, like hip hop in the late 1990s, early 2000, that nice pocket between what 1996 and maybe 2004, when hip hop was its most commercially profitable. I think during that time where battle rap was at its most commercially corporate profitable stage has passed. And I think that's when they were supposed to do the collabs, like when people were begging for them to come back and they were holding out for the 25 and the 50,000 and all that was unheard of for like a battle rap payday. I think they should have been doing those collabs during that time to show why you should pay this 25, 50, 100 grand for me to show up and whatever. Like, I kind of feel like that's what Cassidy was doing, as far as like still showing his worth to get the $250,000 he supposedly got to come battle rap Disaster that time or whatever. Like, I don't know their price. I can't speak on their money. I'm just going off what they bragged and boast about at the time. I mean, the music is fire, but I think that wave of wanting to hear battle rappers over a beat kind of has gone. Like, battle rap has become, in my opinion only, a little oversaturated with all the leagues and all the hoopla, and it's like, you know, hopefully they grind and rekindle something and bring that attention on them for another audience, or a younger audience, or a newer audience. It's just not, it's not captivating me like I thought it would. So yeah, don't got anything else for hip hop. Not right now. Not nothing I really wanted to touch on. I'm not really into the gossipy shit and all that. So also, do we believe the reports about Floyd Mayweather going broke? I mean, we all know that he was living we all from the outside looking in kind of seen that he was living a lifestyle that just could not be maintained for a long period of time without massive amounts of money coming in on a yearly basis. And it's not to say that he doesn't, it just seems like he might have more going out than what's coming in. And as he aged, I don't know if he hampered or tapered down his lifestyle to match or to try to accommodate the, you know, money flow coming in and out as his boxing career and whatever other endeavors he did to make money slowed down. But it's not hard to see if that is the case, that he may have to have filed for bankruptcy or something to that nature, just because of the way he portrayed it, the way he laid it down, right? And the way others spoke about his generosity and things like that, as far as how he brought people into his lifestyle when they were around him. Like, you know, you got to live like he lived. So hopefully that is not the case. It's just maybe a rough patch or something, or maybe somebody's looking to throw that energy on him. And hopefully it's not true. But good luck to him, right? Because he's probably made more money than a lot of us combined in our lifetime will probably get the chance to make. I'm not saying that for me, because I very much believe that I will have my time with all the financial abundance that I want, right? And spiritual abundance that I want within my heart and mind, you know? So yeah, shout out to him. Also, I wanted to get into this clip going around on the internet of Wilt Chamberlain, late 30s, early 40s, just straight trashing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I mean, just trashing him. Like it just was no comparison. Like when we seen these as a child, you know, when I was so immersed into the NBA and basketball like that, I used to look up records and all that because I wanted to know who was the best and this, that, and the third. Because for whatever reason, I thought and determined that numbers and statistics and all that made you the best. But now as an adult, I know that some people are hampered by systems and perceptions of coaches and organizations, and that these people might have actually been or could have contributed more to a team or been better players than what they were, a role they were forced into to compete in a team environment, right? And not for individual accolades, stats, or statistics, right? But one name that always stuck out to me, and it probably stuck out to several people, is Wilt Chamberlain, with the 100 points in a game and averaging, you know, ridiculous numbers like 50 points in a season and 25 rebounds and all, just crazy numbers, looked like unbreakable numbers, right? And it was like there was rarely or barely any footage of him. Like when you seen him, you knew he was a big, massive man that did things that somebody his size, you just didn't think that they would be able to do. I don't know if this guy has some Nephilim or some Anunnaki in his blood or something, but this guy, like, I'm sorry, Shaq, you would not have been able to deal with Wilt Chamberlain. Like he was really that guy. Like he was really that guy, right? And to finally see some real clear footage of him and what he did to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, it was a man versus a boy. Like seriously. So I encourage you, if you are a fan of the NBA or just a fan of historical things, please look up that clip of him and what he did to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. It is magical, right? Also, keeping it basketball, we have the NBA play-in going on right now, heading into the NBA playoffs, right? And I don't know about you guys, right? I don't know if you listen to my Face of the League episode or segment on my channel. If you haven't, please check it out, where I kind of break down or go through the options of who is going to be the new face of the league after LeBron leaves. I mean, we know he is trying to hold on as long as possible, but we are over it, brother. Go sit down, right? I mean, you might be trying to hang in there for Bryce to get into the league. Bruh, just go be a coach or a team owner. Just ride off into the sunset. It's a wrap, right? It's a wrap, right? The GOAT discussion is over. You are not the GOAT. I don't care what the NBA manipulation, rigging aspect of it got to do with Jordan, because Jordan took the league globally Well, I can't. He kind of took it globally. I mean, Magic and Bird took it to the next level. I believe Jordan took it globally. I'm gonna stand on that, right? His flawlessness and his fierce competitive nature just cannot be matched by your stoic all-around game, right? I applaud you for going to, what, 9 straight NBA finals or something like that. But when you got there, my man, Jordan just has another level that he is not losing in the finals. And I just never seen that in you, right? And that's just no knock to you. You are number 2 on the list. You might even be 1B. But Jordan is always 1, right? So in saying that, I see that the league is trying to posture for Luka to be the face of the league, right? They feel like he has the more global appeal, right? But he does not have the hearts of Americans, right? The person who has the hearts of Americans, and it seems like that the media is posturing to be the face of the league, regardless of what the league and Adam Silver and them are trying to do, is Ant-Man, right? And it's like we're bypassing all of Ant-Man's immature, off the court behavior. But he will grow, he will mature, he will hopefully, you know, if he doesn't have a bunch of yes men in his circle, someone to, you know, guide him into that path of being a righteous man. Not to say that he's not a righteous man, you know, he just knocking them down and taking names and leaving babies right now, right? Or that's at least the narrative, right? I don't want to put that on him, right? It's just like for every 2 good coverages of him as a basketball player and as trying to be looked at as the face of the league, there's another report of, hey, he had a baby and he's never seen him, or hey, I'm paying this bitch all the child support at once because I don't even want to see her raggedy ass. I should have never skeeted in that type of deal, right? So hopefully he'll be able to control that and calm that down, because I don't want that to later on be a detriment to him. Because we know we already have it's already a rumor that he's one of Michael Jordan's road babies that was never, you know, acknowledged, right? And, you know, we heard the stories of like Jalen Rose. Look at LeBron. LeBron's dad probably was an NBA player. You know what I mean? You know. So it's a lot of that doesn't get discussed or talked about enough, where it looks like, you know, somebody from a family has broken through something that is based on nepotism or genes and lineage and shit like that. Like, oh, his mom was an Olympian and his dad played D1 college ball and blah blah blah. Like, they put a lot of emphasis into that. And when we see somebody that doesn't have that history, you know, we kind of view them as some type of anomaly in the family, but really they could have just been a road baby, right, of a already NBA player, right? Because we know these women, you know, they will not tell the truth, right? Thank goodness for DNA, right? So, I believe the playoffs will determine how the media and the league will handle the new face of the league. There is going to be a lot of rigging, posturing for certain individuals that, you know, is probably a little more laxed in the regular season unless it's an important game or a home game for whoever, right? But you know, leave in the chat or whatever who you rooting for, who you think's gonna win the championship, all that good stuff. You know, I'm a Sixers fan, so I'm probably gonna be watching from afar because I'm just so disappointed in the players that we have and the lack of love for the game and the max players that, well, at least two of the max players that we have that are looking like they are past their prime and they're just to collect a check, right? Hopefully, new mindset, that will change next year. Maybe. But in my mind, this is Maxey's team. And whatever they got to do to maximize Maxey, pun intended, do it. If that means getting rid of Joel Embiid and Paul George and whoever else that will take them for pennies on the dollar or whatever, right? Whatever, right? Just get rid of those contracts. Break those contracts into a 8-piece pizza instead of a whole pie. Because them whole pies are not giving us anything, right? But far as, you know, who's in the playoffs, who do you want to see? Hopefully the league does not try to posture for a Boston versus LA finals, because not interested. Just not interested. I believe that the Knicks versus Boston may be a classic if it gets to that point. I'm waiting to see how Cleveland will react in the pressure situations. I'm waiting to see how the league and the refs will treat Ja Morant in the playoffs. Will he get the superstar calls and treatments, or will they give him the Allen Iverson late in his career treatment, right? Well, they'll just let him get all banged up and everything else and just won't call it, right? Just like they kind of doing James Harden to some degree, because people were just complaining that he was getting too many calls, but he knew the game. He knew the rule books. He knew how to force that contact, right? Can't be mad, right? So he can at least say he had a hand in changing the game, right? Like Steph Curry, but just not as much of an impact as Steph Curry with the three-point shooting, but it is an impact as far as the scoreboard and the tempo and flow of the game. So yeah, just let me know down in the comments who you rooting for. I probably think I want to see Steph do it. I want to see Steph and Jimmy do it, and Draymond. I like when they pop their shit, and I think Steph is a shooter, and he's just gonna have so much more left in the tank. I think he could probably play till he's 45, just to be honest, because it could just get to a point for him where all he would have to do is pick a spot and stand there. You know, once he's no longer the number one option on the offense. So there is that for the playoffs. Now moving on to the NFL draft and the thoughts on that. And it's like, I've never really been a huge fan of the NFL draft. I've never been a fan of college football because it's just too many teams, just too much, right? And it's like, yes, you know, a player could be the all-time with whatever at his school. He could have broke all type of records and SEC blah 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 of the year this or whatever, right? None of that matters till you get to the league and it translates there, because you're playing against a bunch of couch potatoes or people and teams that you're blowing out by, you know, you're getting point spreads from Vegas for like 3 touchdowns and all that type of shit. And it's like, You're playing against people that probably will never get to the league or just happy to be playing college ball, whatever, right? So the draft, you know, it intrigues me. I like to look back after the player is about to end his first rookie contract or is up for an extension, and how he, you know, how everything is going for him, like as far as like where he got drafted, what they said when he got drafted, where he's at his career now, you know, how did he adjust to the league? Is he a mediocre player on the rise, or already came in as a star? Like, I like to look at those things. So with that being said, I know it's a lot of eyes on Shedeur Sanders. I know it's a lot of eyes on Cam. I know it's a lot of eyes on the pass rusher from Penn State, which I'm mad he's going to the Giants, but you know, can't get high draft picks when you win the Super Bowl, you dig? I'm also interested to see what Howie Roseman does, because you know I am an Eagles fan. Philly all day, everything. Flyers, Phillies, Sixers, Eagles, Phantoms, Union, you name it. If it's from Philly, I'm supporting it, right? I don't think he's going to stay at 32 unless whatever they're targeting does happen to have a chance to fall. Then I could see him trying to jump up a spot or two just to secure his pick, like he did with Jalen Carter, right? Howie's just very good at reading the draft board, like just knowing who's going to get who and all that good stuff, right? But as far as the rest of the league, I'm interested to see what the Steelers do. I'm interested to see what the Giants do. I'm interested to see what Dallas does. I'm interested to see I think that's it. The Commanders, because you know, now that it seems like they just gave a lot of attention to Jalen Daniels. I mean, he is a good quarterback. It just seems like he's getting that RG3 treatment right now. Hopefully when he comes back next year, he's better, or you know, it wasn't a fluke. It wasn't like the teams don't have some tape on him and just completely stall that sophomore year, right? So yeah, I'm looking at that. Yeah, so just let me know how you feel about the NFL draft and all that, right? Because it is one thing that it should be faster. They don't need a whole 15 minutes. They should have already discussed all their trade options and all the things and all the stuff, scenarios that they should have tried to map out. There should be some air of pressure put on the teams to hurry up and make a pick. Also, just wanted to but highlight the Aaron Rodgers situation. I think he should just ride off into the sunset. I know they just like to use him for clickbait because he's eccentric in his delivery and things and how he goes about things, and I kind of know he wants to come back and have at least a better season than he had this last season, because man, it was bad, right? But yeah, so put in the comments, you know, who's your team in the NFL and who you hope they draft, or what needs that you hope that they are drafting for, right? Now, I want to jump back into something a little hip hop, a little controversial. I'm not going to spend too much time on it because I don't have my laptop. I didn't get a chance to do too much research on it, but the Diddy trial has been delayed for another 2 months. And did the Keffe D trial get pushed back? Wasn't that supposed to start in March? I don't know. This is all very confusing. We still don't have the Epstein list. We still don't have the RFK and MLK files. The JFK files did not necessarily hit like people thought they would. I mean, we've seen enough in there that lets us know that Israel Mossad had a big hand in taking out JFK, and is not for the reasons that we believed before. But no one's really making enough noise about it. It's just weird, right? So yeah, his trial has been pushed back 2 months due to new charges and lack of transparency on evidence and documents being shared with his lawyers and his team, and he's still hiring new lawyers as he goes because other lawyers are dropping off, and it's just a mess. I just don't see how he's going to get a fair trial. I don't care. I mean, I don't have a hand in it whether to believe he was guilty or not. If he's guilty, he should be punished, or he should have to face that. If he's not, everyone owes this man a big apology, and he should go on a warpath against those who doubted him or those who tried to kick him while he was down, right? It's his very right, right? So yeah, I want to know your thoughts on the Diddy trial being pushed back 2 months. Crazy, man. It's just crazy, right? And it was like with every new charge, you're hearing a new report that Jay-Z and Beyonce have been cleared, and Jay-Z's been removed, and this one wants vindication, blah blah blah. And it's like, I still believe that those hands are dirty. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still believe most of those celebrities, the higher up A-listers, hands are dirty to some degree. Somebody has something on them to, to get in a position that they got into, as far as, the status, right? Because it's just too much coming out from not lower listed, but just, I guess, celebrities or wanting to be celebrities that got to a certain level and decided that they needed to pivot because they just didn't like what they had to do or give up or go through or whatever, and all that, right? So yeah, let's take a wait and see approach. So yeah, that's pretty much everything that I wanted to discuss. I got a few bonus items. My first bonus item is on the fashion front. I want to point out all of the new colorways and releases due to drop this year, and that is the Jordan 11 Gammas, probably my favorites that are dropping this year. The Jordan 6 Premios or Primos. They looked at fire. Had like a grayish type of color. The Foamposite triple whites and the cough drop colorways I thought were hot, worth checking out. Then there was the I don't know if they're dropping these or if they just gotta go find them, but I've been seeing the whole Penny Hardaway collection being displayed a lot, like they are going to re-release those or make those available somehow, some way during this year. And I hope so. I did not know that Penny had that many pairs of sneakers. I only know the two probably iconic ones. And yeah, so hopefully they release all of those. So please go check them out, or put in the chat or in the comment section what colorways do you want to see be released, or what sneaker do you wish to be re-released this year, in what style or whatever to that nature. Also on my wish list of sneakers is a pair of the Achilles Kobe Bryants. That's what I call them, the Achilles boxing basketball sneaker Kobe Bryants, right? I just think they were ahead of their time. The colorways are a little garbage. If they styled them better, I think that they would sell a whole lot more on a fashion sense. But as far as a straight up basketball sneaker, especially somebody who plays in my 40s, would love to get me a pair of those, just for the protection of the Achilles, knees, ankle twistings, things of that nature, right? Because it's just things that we're more cautious of the older we play, because it's just a longer recovery, it's just more devastating, things of that nature. We want to continue to play the game and not have to recover from some major injury like that or whatever, right? So always do your stretching, your band work, your polymetrics, I think that's what it's called, exercises, a lot of body weight exercises, just to keep all those limbs and things like that moving, especially if you work like a desk job, or you just sit a lot, or you're not in a physically demanding job. Please continue to work on those, because the move it or lose it motto is real. If you don't move it or use it, you will lose it. Okay? All you gotta do is look at a few professional athletes 5 to 6 years after they're done, when they don't want to work out no more because that's all they did all their life, or they don't want to whatever. They don't necessarily lose some of the skill, but the physical appearance definitely does a full change on most of them, right? So probably a lot of them are like, thank God for the Big 3 league or something else, right? NFL flag football for the older dudes, or whatever, right? I think it's just more harder for the NFL guys, because they be having a lot more permanent injuries, like no ligaments, and they hold their hand up and fingers go in every which direction, and no cartilage and whatever, right? But I would love to see people stay vibrant and healthy well into whatever they deem you're not supposed to be vibrant and healthy in, because I know I'm going to be that 90, 100-year-old running the track, walking nature, playing ball, whatever, right? That's going to be me, right? I'm looking to be the anomaly, or I'm looking to make it the norm, right? Change your lifestyle, change your habits, right? Why is my nose itching? Gosh. The other bonus thing I wanted to discuss is meditation. Please start incorporating meditation into your day however you can. Please find a way to do a energy exchange with nature, where you release the stresses of this fake matrix, whether it be from your job, whether it be from somebody called bills, whether it be just from the other energy exchanges you have between your kids, significant other, if you have one, or just people that are in your day-to-day life. Please try to find a way for yourself to expunge, expel, and absorb new energy, calm your mind, align your chakras, get in tune with your spirituality, because all that shit is very, very real. Trust me, I am first-hand knowledge of it. First-hand knowledge of it, right? So yeah, that's everything that I had to talk about today. Please try to get out and enjoy this good weather. If you have good weather where you at, I know here in South Jersey / Philly area, it is amazing. I'm out here with the ducks and the geese and the those other annoying birds that I can't think of their names right now, that's always at the waterfront trying to snatch your funnel cake out your plate. Also, just one more thing. I want you to try this new drug, right? This new drug called Live. Live, live, live. Live your life to the fullest. Live your truth. Live your purpose. Live however you want. Live what fulfills your soul. Live what eases your mind. Live what puts life into your body, right? That is my sincere message from me to you. Also, one last thing before I go. I got a rare, well, I don't want to say it's rare, but it's old. I got this right here. A $1 coin. Now, I don't know if my camera is doing this any justice, but this sucker right here to me is humongous. So let's just compare it to a quarter, right? So this is my dollar and this is my quarter. So I hope that puts into perspective of the size of this thing. And I'm just so happy to have run across and got a couple of them, and they have been very helpful. I just kind of think and shuffle them, and that noise just has a soothing thing about it. I don't know, just felt I should share. So it's your boy Hoom Boom. This is the Hold Up Show, and I'm living in faith, stepping in faith, happier than ever. I hope that happiness radiates to you. I hope you can find your happiness and find your purpose, and enjoy your day, enjoy the weekend. I'll try to chime in tomorrow or Sunday. I don't want to just be jumping on without having much to talk about or much to say. I know it's a lot going on in the political realm, and it's a lot going on in other things I can't speak on because I haven't had time to research, and I haven't had time to go through the ins and outs of whatever those things are, because I do not like to speak on things uninformed. It's just me. I like to be confident in what I'm speaking about, and if I am not confident in what I'm speaking about, I won't speak on it until I'm ready. So enjoy your day.